island of Borneo. Palm trees stretch as far as the eye can see. Malaysia is the world's second largest palm oil producer. Palm oil is an everyday product which can be found in food, biofuels, or cosmetics. It's Malaysia's biggest agricultural export, but it could soon be banned by the European Union because it contributes to deforestation.
Oh, Yasman, how are the fruits lately? Any good?
Ong Se is the head of this 75-hectare estate. 150 tons of fruit are harvested here each month.
This is the kind of bunch we take down. The outer part is blackish, and if you chip off a little bit, you can see the orange inside. This means it's ready to harvest.
Palm oil is extracted from the white part inside the fruit. Ong Se worries that if the European Union stops buying Malaysian palm oil, he could lose a significant amount of his earnings.
Palm oil harvesting is the main industry here in Malaysia. We are dependent on palm oil all over the country.
These plantations have been contributing to deforestation in Borneo for years. They've gradually expanded and eaten away at the forest. Palm oil production is responsible for half of the deforestation on the island. This habitat destruction threatens native species such as proboscis monkeys and orangutans. John Bacher works as a guide in this reserve, which is now a refuge for these great apes.
This is the young one, huh?
The wildlife department says there are only a few thousand orangutans left in the area. 80% of their habitat has been lost to deforestation.
As you see, the old palm is still there. Of course, it's totally replaced the old landscape of rainforest.
Like this?
Yeah, it was like this years back. Say about at least 60 years or 80 years ago, it was like this, yeah. I feel sad to the situation where animals have to take it this way.
In an effort to protect species in the future and to stop further deforestation, the EU wants to ban palm oil produced on forest land recently converted to farmland. Exporters have to prove that rules were followed at every point along the supply chain. But Malaysia argues it's impossible to trace back the origin of each fruit. They're brought from plantations to collection centers like this one, where dozens of trucks dump their load into one single pile. No one here is paying attention to the new EU regulations. Most of them have never even heard of them.
Up to 50 trucks come in here every day. It would be impossible to identify which fruit is from which plantation. People would call me a liar.
That's exactly what a European rule adopted in June 2023 is asking for. Every palm oil exporter has to provide, among other things, the geolocation of every plot and tangible proof that their products are deforestation-free. Far away from the European Parliament,
hi everybody.
This association in Borneo has been working with small stakeholders towards sustainable production. They believe this new regulation reflects a deep misunderstanding and would be more difficult to implement than lawmakers realize.
They should send a big delegation down here to really understand, the details of how things work here before making a law like that. A lot of the farmers are of the elderly generation, so they are not very savvy with all this kind of data, digital things and all that.
To help producers prove compliance, the association collects GPS coordinates of plantations and uses satellite images to check their development.
This image is in 2020, so when we go to 2021, we can still see that nothing has been deforested outside of the area.
Their aim is to make the data available to the entire Malaysian supply chain.
So the final goal for us would be to actually have a data package that the importers could actually use to prove that the producers under their supply chain are actually compliant with the EU regulations. They are not participating in any sense of deforestation, and it can be proven.
The EU has pledged 110 million euros to provide technical and financial support. Stakes are high for Malaysia, The European market accounts for 12% of palm oil exports and provides a livelihood for hundreds of thousands of people across the country. Malaysia says it will double its sales to China to offset its losses.